Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Active Tech Review and today we're finally taking a look at the Redmi Note 14, Xiaomi's latest budget phone. Released 3 months ago, I've spent some real time with it and now it's time for the full review. When you pick up the Redmi Note 14, it feels really well put together. It's surprisingly light, around 190 grams, so it doesn't feel bulky, even with that big 6.67-inch screen. The matte back looks great and actually helps keep fingerprints and smudges away, which is awesome. The frame is plastic but feels solid enough, and those rounded edges make it super comfy to hold for long periods. Overall, even though it's a budget phone, it feels polished and nice in the hand, definitely not cheap. The Redmi Note 14 boasts the AMOLED display with a peak brightness of 1800 nits, ensuring excellent visibility even under direct sunlight. The Redmi Note 14 has an always-on display, but it only shows for a few seconds when you tap the screen or get a message, so it's not always showing like on some other phones. It features an optical in-display fingerprint sensor which reads your fingerprint through the screen. It's fairly accurate and responsive. Though not as fast as ultrasonic sensors on higher-end devices, still for a mid-range phone it offers a clean integration and reliable security without compromising the display design. At the bottom of the Redmi Note 14, you'll find a USB-C port for fast charging and data transfer, a downward-facing speaker for a solid sound, and a dual SIM tray. On the top, the Redmi Note 14 features an infrared blaster, a second speaker for stereo sound, a headphone jack for wired headphones, and a microphone for noise cancellation. The Redmi Note 14 comes with a built-in FM radio, so you can tune in to your favorite station without using any data. It's perfect for listening to music or news when you're offline or in areas with poor internet. Starting with the display, the Redmi Note 14 comes with a 6.67-inch AMOLED screen that has a sharp Full HD Plus resolution and it's protected by Gorilla Glass for added durability. It features slim bezels and a punch-hole camera right in the center, giving it a clean, modern look. The screen can get really bright, up to 1800 nits, making it easy to see even in sunlight. The AMOLED display delivers vibrant colors and deep blacks thanks to its high contrast ratio and accurate color calibration. With HDR10 support, video have richer highlights and deeper shadows, creating an immersive viewing experience whether you're streaming or gaming. The rear camera setup includes the 108-megapixel main sensor with face detection autofocus, allowing it to capture sharp, detailed images with good lighting performance. It's supported by a 2-megapixel macro lens for close-ups and 2-megapixel depth sensor for portrait shots. The dedicated 108-megapixel mode lets you shoot high-resolution photos that hold up well even when cropped or zoomed in. Image quality is surprisingly solid for a budget device, with good color accuracy and contrast in daylight. You also get useful camera modes like Pro, Night, Panorama, and Long Exposure. Now let me show you some sample photos so you can judge the results by yourself. Looking at performance, the Geekbench scores show 731 for a single core and 1900 for multi-core, placing this phone solidly in the mid-range bracket. It handles daily tasks like browsing, social media, and casual gaming without any trouble. On AnTuTu, it scored 449,000, which means the overall performance covering CPU, GPU, memory, and user experience is quite good for its price. The phone is powered by a mid-range chipset paired with a capable GPU that's designed to handle gaming pretty well for its price. It features a 120Hz AMOLED display, which not only offers vibrant visuals but also smooth and responsive gameplay, making fast-paced games feel more fluid. The combination of decent CPU and GPU allows popular titles like Genshin Impact to run smooth at high graphics settings without major frame drops. The phone's thermal management is efficient, so it stays relatively cool even during longer gaming sessions. However, pushing graphics to ultra settings can cause some frame dips and stutters. Overall, the hardware strikes a good balance between performance and efficiency, delivering a satisfying gaming experience for casual or moderate gamers without overheating or major lag. The Redmi Note 14 has stereo speakers. They are loud, clear, and sound good for videos, music, and games. Mids and high are crisp, but the bass is a bit weak. Nothing too deep. Still, for a budget phone, the sound quality is solid. Let's hear a sample now. To wrap things up, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 is a great option for regular users. It offers excellent value for money with dependable performance, a decent display, and a capable camera, perfect for day-to-day tasks like browsing, streaming, and social media. However, if you're looking for something with a bit more power, especially in terms of performance, display quality, or camera features, the Honor Magic 7 Lite might be a better fit. It comes equipped with a Snapdragon processor, giving it a noticeable edge in speed and efficiency, especially for gaming and multitasking. For deeper comparison and full breakdown, subscribe to my channel. The review of the Honor Magic 7 Lite will be uploaded in the next days. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to hit a like, comment below, and subscribe. See you!